Good morning and welcome to One Baha'i, that regular show where I just sit back and talk a little bit about the Baha'i faith. It's nothing official, just me, one individual, one Baha'i. So this morning I want to look again at that quote from the compilation on trustworthiness. Regard thou faith as a tree. Its fruits, leaves, boughs, and branches are and have ever been trustworthiness, truthfulness, uprightness, and forbearance. I talked a little bit yesterday about my initial explorations into this quote and a little bit about the fruits and trustworthiness. Well, this morning I'd like to go on to leaves and truthfulness. Once again, the question is, what is the purpose of a leaf on a tree? Now, I find this a particularly interesting question when I consider Baha'u'llah's family. The male lineal descendants are the branches, the female descendants are the leaves. And when I think about the purpose of the leaf, as opposed to the branch, the leaf is what draws down the energy from the sun. The sun is giving forth its rays, and the leaves receive them and transform those photons into the sugars for the tree to live. It's the source of the tree's energy. I remember years ago I was walking in the woods with an indigenous elder, and they made the comment, they pointed to a tree and they made the comment that this tree is dead. And I said, well, how do you know? I said, it looks alive to me. It was winter time, actually. And he said, there's no leaves left on it. And I looked, and he was right. He said, whenever a tree has no leaves in the winter, it will not revive in the spring. And I questioned that. I was curious, and I've noticed it to be true. Whenever I walk by trees in the wintertime, even in the deepest, coldest winter, there's always a few leaves, or at least buds, on them. But if a tree has no leaves, I have always found it to not revive in the summertime or in the springtime. So now I read this, likening the leaves to truthfulness. Now, truthfulness, as I've said many times, is that which accords to reality. It has nothing to do with your personal opinion. It is that which is objectively true. Honesty is that which you believe. Hopefully the two are the same. And I was thinking of this in terms of religion. And if the religion teaches things that are obviously false, such as the sun revolving around the earth, this is observably false. When the religion teaches this, it is no longer teaching truth. It will often teach things that we can't verify, but when it professes things that are obviously not true, imagine what that does to the heart. Sure, the individual who at first believes it will still believe it. We see a lot of irrational belief. But when they try to teach their faith to someone else, and they are teaching something that is demonstrably false, how can that other person become a member of the religion? I don't understand it. So I think about, well, let's say Christianity in the Middle Ages as an example. There were many things that the Christian faith was teaching as true, which were very obviously not true. And as we all know from the history of the Catholic Church at that time, with the Inquisition and all sorts of other things, they were persecuting people who were investigating the truth about nature. And we saw the Protestant Reformation arise from this. This is one of the things that led to that, this dissatisfaction with the Catholic Church at the time. Now, obviously, they've gotten much better. I mean, the current Pope has a doctorate in chemistry, is it? This is amazing. This is wonderful. So, when we look at this concept of the leaves as truthfulness, we can see when these leaves fall away from the tree of faith, the tree will not be able to perpetuate itself as easily. It will lose its vigor. It will lose its source of energy. I just find that such an incredible thing. Now, there's another interesting aspect to that, and that is the development of the leaves throughout the season. At first, the leaves are small. Perhaps it's the seed of an idea. You know, when Baha'u'llah said, mankind is one, it was sort of just a bud of an idea. And as various race unity movements started to grow, this leaf started to open up, people began to see more and more truth into it. And now, with the Human Genome Project, we've mapped the human genome, we see that it is literally true. Man is one family. Humanity is one. And this leaf is so vibrant. It's in everybody's face. Everyone can see it. No one can really miss it. And this is a source of energy. Because we Baha'is, you know, we've said man is one, we've said humanity is one for over 100 years. But now we have the scientific proof to back it up, and that gives us even more energy, more joy. When people are asking about the Baha'i faith's view on race unity, we can point to our history, we can point to the science, and this also becomes a source of energy for us. This is so cool. I love this quote. So anyways, I didn't want to go on to the next one just yet because that'll be another 7 minutes. As you know, maybe, I mentioned it yesterday, and I mentioned it last week. I've started working again. I work on the weekends, and I may not be able to do this daily from now on, but I'll try. So I may not see you tomorrow, but I'll see you again sometime this week. So thank you for joining me. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. If not, see you in a couple days. Oh, and please share your thoughts on this. I would love to hear what you think about it. Take care.